Hello, and a really warm welcome to another episode of Living Life from Love. Today, I actually want to share with you a little bit about my personal history and, my story and why I'm actually doing this channel. Why am I talking about living life from love? So, well, if you're a heart-centered, spiritually minded, maybe empathic, self-development enthusiast, you probably understand anyway, because that might be your goal too, to live from love. And if you are new to living more from your heart, or coming away from your mind and maybe conquering the mind chatter, this obsession with trying to figure everything out with your mind and really wanting to reconnect with your heart more, and therefore with your soul, then this video is for you. Okay, so I remember really from a very, very early age that I was here on a mission, I was here to live from love. I found actually that anything else that isn't or wasn't unconditional love, I found really hard to endure. I am a frequency healer, so I am picking up frequencies, which is a very strange way of noticing energies, because it's not through the feeling body and it's not through the senses. So it's just picking up vibrations, and then they make me feel heavy or low, uncomfortable. And as a child, I would cry a lot. My mom used to call me a crybaby. She could not understand why I was crying yet again. And it was always, and I only noticed that afterwards, when the adults or the people around me were actually not coming from the truth, which is pure love and or unconditional love. And because that would emanate an energy that wasn't vibrating at the same level as unconditional love, and therefore I found it almost and unbearable, it was difficult to take. And as a child, I was quite sensitive, and I would always react to that, and nobody knew why. And I probably didn't myself. I was really finding refuge with storybooks, especially about angels, fairies, unseen beings, anything that wasn't anything to do with the 3D living, anything that was beyond the veil, so to speak, anything that was of higher vibration and that was not visible. I would have loved to be able to see those beings, but I didn't. Because I guess I had the alignment with them anyway, and I didn't need to see them for proof or to elevate my faith or my trust in the higher beings, and so therefore I didn't get that gift. And that's okay, but I always still wished, and I still wish I could see them or hear them and sense them in some ways. So I noticed I had a strong alignment or alliance with the angels and those beings of higher frequencies, the ascended masters, with Jesus, Saint Germain in particular, Mother Mary. Those were very close to me always. And because then, I was growing up as this sensitive child, and I felt I wasn't really fitting in, and I didn't want to really take part in this 3D world like other people do, and do all this stuff, studying and getting a good job, a great degree, or an amazing career. I had never any interest in that, and didn't really know what to do actually when it came to choose. But I knew I always wanted to have children. I loved nurturing, bringing up babies especially, and young children, and really looking after them, caring for them. Being a mom was my first occupation. And then I actually changed. When my children were old enough, I used to do gardening. I looked after about 12 gardens, nurturing, redesigning, recreating gardens, and being with nature, and of course with the nature spirit or spirits, because that I could sense them being around, but I couldn't see them or having any proof of them. No, that didn't happen. But when I was growing up, I was actually, especially in the teenage years, I felt I was emotionally suffering. And it was always to do with feeling unworthy and feeling a sense of, I have got nothing to give to this world. The way I am is not needed, is not wanted. I am not wanted. That was my core belief, you know. And in fact, I then, because I had this belief from past lives, I was only 3 weeks old when my brother burned himself, like with 3 third-degree burns, by pulling a hot water boiling from the stove all over his left side. So he had to go to hospital. My mom had to be with him, and I was left with my grandma. And because that happened, I just perceived this as, obviously, I'm not wanted here, right? And, you know, because I was just freshly arriving on this planet, and then I was shoved away, kind of thing. But I know that belief was already there, because if we are coming here with a clean slate, we wouldn't have things like that happen early in our lives, or we wouldn't have anything happening that would create a strong misperception, really. And, you know, so if we are fully healed from past lives and we come here fresh and have no untrue beliefs within us, then, you know, we are clean, right? We are not recreating the old life, the old past life scenarios. But I had to come here to clean and clear the I'm not wanted stuff, and I am not loved. I used to think I'm not lovable and that I'm not loved. And a lot had to do with having parents that were emotionally not able to show love in words, or sometimes even my father didn't really hug us and never said I love you, but he was very kind and gentle and spiritual, but he wasn't able to function in the 3D world, really, and anything to do with you know, showing physical love and being encouraging, praising us growing up, and really giving us a basis, you know, to know that we are worthy. We didn't get that, or I didn't get it. I don't know about my brother and sister, but I felt that was who I was. You know, I wasn't anything, I didn't have anything to show for, I didn't have anything that was valuable to people. And so when I was in my teenage years and then coming up to 18, 19, 20, I felt really suffering. I was not wanting to be here anymore. I didn't know why I had to be here, and it was just all so bad and painful and suffering. So I had to go through that, though. I could never have ended my life. That's, you know, out of the question. And I knew I had to find a way. So I kind of already decided that I don't want anybody to suffer like I did, and sort of, you know, maybe unconsciously knew that I was actually here to help other people to raise their vibration once I had gone through my own healing journey. And, you know, later on, when I was much older, once I had raised my children, I decided I wanted to become a spiritual practitioner. I wanted to learn some tool, some modality that would help people, especially women, you know, to self-empower themselves, to allow them to heal their untrue beliefs, their unresolved emotional pains from childhood. I was really passionate about that because I was suffering so much. Hence, I, you know, more and more grew to this path of teaching from unconditional love, which is something I'm very attuned to, and it's very natural. And, you know, I have a big passion for that, to really teach to live from unconditional pure love. Because when we do that, there is no suffering. That's what I want to achieve, and that's what I'm here for, to actually help to raise mine and your vibrations, to come out of the suffering, to diminish the ego mind, because that's where the suffering is coming from, and then, you know, to actually come back to our own true self, to our heart, to our own love. And when we do that, we cannot be also in the realm of the ego mind, or in the realm of the fear or the limitation. And the more time we spend in our heart, the more time we spend connected with our love, our true love, the more time we will spend in peace and love or joy. And that's my great passion. I would love to see you shine and, you know, live from your joy and love yourself as you are. So any self-love luck, you know, if you're lacking self-love, it's only because you're believing something that is not true. Like me, you know, thinking I am not wanted, I'm not loved, I have got nothing to give, I'm not valuable. And as long as you are having those beliefs, they are cutting off your love from your soul, from your heart, and therefore you perceive that you're not loved. And as soon as the belief is gone, the flow of love and light continues as it's always there, and it's no longer blocked. And then you just feel loved. There's nothing to do. You don't have to achieve that because you're already getting that love all the time. But as long as you keep hold of any untrue beliefs, then you are actually blocking your own love and your own light. So that's the journey I am taking you on. If you wanted to work with me one-to-one, and also in every episode here I'm actually posting, it's always about really living from love instead of from the fear or the misperceptions of the egoic mind. So I have now learned that I actually am attuned to the temple of the One Heart, and it's working with the Ascended Masters like Saint Germain and with Archangel Michael and other angels in close, as a team, you know, we are working as a team. So they always need people on earth in a body to work with them, to be a conduit. And then their healing energies and their attunements, their upgrades and whatever they want to pass on to people I work with, they can then do that through me. So basically, I am learning to get out of the way and let them do the work. And that's been happening more and more. And it's the most amazing and yummy feeling that I could actually ever have. I love it so much. And it means to come out of your mind. You know, you can't do that if you are attached to your mind and if you run your life from your mind. And I did have that. I had that for, I don't know, maybe a decade or so. I was really connected to my mind and I was analyzing everything, you know, working it all out in my mind, and I couldn't feel my feelings anymore. I didn't know when people talk about gut feelings or, you know, just being attuned to, aligned to. I didn't know what that was until, you know, after the training I did as a spiritual practitioner, it started to unravel itself. And I used to feel, and I could feel my feelings again. So it's a journey, you know, and I want to help you to cut it short. And I want to help you to see more that you can't see. And it's about guiding you out of your ego mind and guiding you away from your mind and really reconnecting with your heart by uncreating your untrue beliefs and also not holding on to the mind and taking back the reins over your mind. So you're not giving your power to the mind that says maybe what to do, or it stops you, you know, because it doesn't want you to change. Maybe it stops you because it's fearful of people reacting to you. And, you know, there's so many stories that the mind is telling us which are not true. And I am really all about to realign with your true love, with your unconditional, pure, simple, easy, you know, love vibration that's always present, that doesn't have to be achieved, or you don't have to do anything for it, but you have to unlearn and let go and dissolve and delete what's in the way. So yes, my passion is all about living for and from unconditional love, which is really the angelic realm energy, you know. That's why it's so natural and familiar with me, and I am so naturally attuned to it. And those women who feel drawn to that energy, they will find their way to me, and so they can also bathe in that energy and activate it in themselves. And sometimes that's all it's needed. You know, there's so much stuff going on behind the scenes when I'm working with clients, and And some of it is to just be activated again to your own love, because that's what I help you with, to empower yourself, to love yourself as you are, be yourself, and eventually shine your light and step into your soul's purpose, which will then become much clearer. You know, once you're back to loving yourself and really loving all about you, you will also love your soul purpose, and it will come about. Your desire, you know, your calling will come about, and you know, you won't be able to not do it. So that's amazing, of course. Okay, so I just wanted to share that with you. And you know, if you like this, please subscribe now. This channel is for you. If you want to live from love instead of fear or your mind, this is definitely for you. If you want to really find your soul's purpose more and becoming your authentic self, living from your true self, this channel is for you. Subscribe, hit the bell icon so you can get the notifications, and do share if you have a suffering story that you know found so difficult and you want to overcome, or if you want to have any tips, you know, if you want to share it, I'd be happy to make a video on your issue if you want to talk about it. Let me know if this was helpful. If you if you have any questions, you're always welcome to ask. I really want to connect with you, and it would help me to give you the content that you like to hear. Okay, thank you for listening, and don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe. Bye for now.